I'm a leadership coach, and we've been doing these video logs, just discussing some of the principles that I work with in and around leadership. And in our previous video logs, we've discussed what leadership was, what love and value is, how to speak my 100% truth, or what 100% truth is, and 100% response ability, as in able to respond. And so today what I thought I'd do is that, most of us got a grasp on what love is. But what prevents us from love? What prevents us from displaying love to the world? Why do we hide it? Why do we build our walls? Why do we protect ourselves? What is it that causes that? And for mine, I think about my own story in this, and for me, what I've come to understand is that when you have a broken heart, it's painful, and so people look to protect themselves from that pain in the future. It's a totally natural, response to having a broken heart. The issue is that when we look to protect our heart from the pain that might occur through exhibiting love or being loved or even displaying love, we hide a part of our heart. You can't not. It gets hidden behind the wall. And so what prevents us from displaying love is very, very simple. It's judgment. It's judgment that the pain is too much. It's judgment that I'm not good enough to experience it. It's judgment on the other person for inflicting it. It's judgment on the other person, it could be the other sex, it could be, a family members, it could be whatever, spousal. It's judgment of all of that. The Dalai Lama once is quoted to have had said that love is the absence of judgment. Now, I don't know about you. I'm incredibly aware of my judgment now. I wasn't for a long, long time. I had no idea what damage it was causing. But I can get myself into incredibly Zen states through my meditation practices and through the awareness process that I run myself through. And still almost instantaneously go into judgment when something doesn't go my way. And I had an instance of this a couple of weeks ago. I had caused myself some difficulty in a relationship. It was a professional relationship. I had placed a person in that relationship on a pedestal, judging him to be better than me. Therefore, my judgment of myself was that I wasn't worthy. I started to resent that judgment, then acted out against him in it. We had a frank conversation, I would say, and I displaced a lot of my own frustrations back onto him, so I wasn't taking responsibility for what I was doing. And I'd caused myself a little, I'd realised that I was upset and angry. And so I went to go and take responsibility after this conversation. And I ran my own practices, and I went and meditated to clear the anger. And during that meditation, what had occurred to me was that I was judging him, the other person, but also myself really, really harshly. And as part of this particular meditation, it was a guided one. The person had come up with the Dalai Lama quote that I just used before, that love is the absence of judgment. And I had this realization, and I felt a sense of bliss, joy overcome me. And so I'm in this great Zen spot, and it was very, early in the morning. And I walked into my kitchen, which was cleaned, the night before by myself. And my son was staying with me that week, and he grated some cheese on his pasta. And of course, the cheese was on the bench. And within a millisecond, I went, oh my God, look at my kitchen, And I judged the cheese. Beautifully, my awareness brought me to a point where I could get upset about the cheese, or I could just wipe it down and be done with it. And so luckily I chose to just wipe it down, because I just wanted to stay out of judgment and stay in as space as in. Had I taken it on board, I'd have probably been angry with my son when he woke up, and I would have carried that through the day. I don't need to form my relationships with people based on them leaving cheese on my bench. I can and choose to address that with him, but from a loving space. But at the time where he doesn't do it, and he's usually pretty good, just wipe it down and get over it. So for mine, just to recap, if I'm going to stay in love, I've got to be very, very aware of my judgment. Am I going to be able to stop being able to judge? No, I'm a human being. I use judgment all the time. I judge the distance of vehicles away from me so that I can remain safe in the traffic. So judgment is an incredibly valuable tool. It's just not helpful when I'm doing it on myself or when I'm doing it on other people. Hope that's helped. Look forward to seeing you on our further posts. Follow us on Instagram. Look forward to talking to you shortly.